Dave, what do you think about Mr. Elon Musk and his crazy experiments?
Well, Elon Musk is the closest we get to Tony Stark. The guy is a genius, clearly. Sometimes he's a little bit off, in my opinion, with his social comments. But you can't argue with the guy sending things into space, creating electric cars, and he's got the ability to create flying cars as well as incredible amounts of artificial intelligence. His latest invention is just off the chart, and that's one of many. And this one is about the ability to deal with brain injury by reprogramming the brain by using chips as artificial intelligence. And this is just the beginning of the whole thing. Now, what I find fascinating as we look at this video in a moment is that I remember Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk gave their spin on what people should think of artificial intelligence. And Mark Zuckerberg was all in for it. Yeah, this is great. Artificial intelligence can only be good for humanity. Elon Musk had a different spin on it, whether that was because it was a sinister Elon Musk or just because he saw a different side to it. And he said you should be very careful that you don't end up giving too much power to artificial intelligence, because then why would it need us?
Yeah,
that's kind of chilling.
So what we're seeing right now here on screen is Elon Musk basically with a bunch of pigs. And the whole experiment, actually, I think it's very interesting. He basically takes that chip that you're seeing right now on screen and gets implanted into the pig, and then the pig starts having different sorts of sensations and changing his behavior. Now, that might be by conspiracy theorists seen as a very, very bad thing, but in reality, if you think about it, this chip that they are actually inserting into the pig's brain can help quadriplegic people, people that had a stroke, people that had all sorts of different illnesses, and they can just get it reversed by using this chip. So the big question, Dave, is how do you think it's going to be accepted? I mean, is it going to be, oh my goodness, I mean, they're going to insert a chip in our brain and we're going to be manipulated and we're going to be tracked and we're going to be doing all these things, because that's the thing that a lot of people get? Or is it a good thing that this technology is going there so that we can actually prosper and live longer? Thoughts?
There's two thoughts I have in it. First of all, there'll be a lot of people who are rightly worried about, they don't know what the technology is going to have. And so they want to make sure if it's changing people's minds, changing people's brains, and it's got artificial intelligence built in, has it got a bias? Has it got a back door? Has it got the challenges that if somebody programs you, you don't become a robot because they've got access to the way that you think?
Like the Manchurian candidate kind of thing.
Exactly that. Exactly that. The second thing is, when it comes to adopting it, I'm caught between the people who love their phones and the people who won't wear a mask. So there'll be a ton of people who will turn around and say, I'm not doing that. I'm never going to have this planted in me. It wasn't the way we were created as human beings thousands of years ago by the religious system that people believe in. So therefore, I'm never going to have one. But I just think that what you've got is a merging of science and spirituality to prove that there's a crossover. If you can change the way that people are by fixing a problem that they would have to deal with their entire life, like having a stroke or not being able to walk, or maybe having something that makes it more difficult for them to be maneuvering around, if you can readjust that, then that's great. Now, we've had a conversation many times about the fact that you can readjust people's DNA. You can go in, just like with a laptop, and reprogram people's DNA so they can be born without a problem. They can be born without any ailments or any challenges. And people say, well, that's not the way it was intended. Oh, come on. Are you really turning around to somebody and saying, we have this technology, but because of the way that we believe, you should suffer and you should have a more difficult life? I think it's genius. I think it's fantastic. If anything happens to me, I would happily have it. And I've got to trust the powers that be. But then again, you trust the powers that be not to be listening to this phone call. And we know they probably are. So what? Big deal. I'm all for it. Get it out to people and make lives better.
That is awesome.
Thanks for watching the show. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you watch all the videos over here. There's 2 choices for you. Or, of course, I'm Dave Crane coming from Dubai.
And this is Ernesto Verdugo coming from Houston.
And I think we should send a message. Hold on.
What is this?
Subscribe.